This project funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. However, European Commission and Turkish National Agency cannot be held responsible for any use which may be made of information contained therein. First step for employment. First step for employment project was prepared and implemented jointly by Turkey, Hungary, the United Kingdom and Spain between 2016 to 2019 under Erasmus+. This study has been prepared in cooperation with our project partners from Turkey, Hungary, the United Kingdom and Spain under the First Step for Employment project. This study aims at helping entrepreneurs intending to start up their own business during the process of developing and implementing a successful business idea. The concept of entrepreneurship actually as old as the history of mankind. Ancient activities of hunting, stock breeding and farming suggest that they were entrepreneurs. The improvement of entrepreneurship throughout the history of mankind may be summarized as follows. Shepherdly-based economy in primitive societies, poultry, stock breeding, weaving, and bread baking. Agriculture-based village economy. Transition to permanent settlement, establishing villages and farms, emergence of artisans and handicrafts. Economic entrepreneurship. The type of entrepreneurship that had begun in England and spread to the world from there in the 15th century and in the 19th century following the Industrial Revolution. The most significant characteristic of this era was the replacement of labor by machines. Knowledge-based entrepreneurship. Technology-based, deliberative, and productive entrepreneurship is the type of entrepreneurship that is prevailing in today's information society. Let us continue with proverbs from partner countries that might encourage entrepreneurs. Turkey. It's not the strength of the water, but the continuity of the water drops that bores a hole on the rock. A man who doesn't learn how to serve cannot be a master. If the time doesn't suit you, you should suit the time. United Kingdom. Fortune favors the bold. Think globally, act locally. Rolling stone gathers no mass. Hungary. He who believes is happy, he who suspects is sensible. Loss and profit are siblings. An opportunity is like the wind, you need to catch when it is passing by. Spain. You cannot discover new ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Everyone can make firewood from a felled tree. If you are still talking about what you did yesterday, you haven't done much today. Now we will give you some examples of real-life entrepreneurs. After Steve Jobs, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, was born to a Syrian Muslim father and mother of Swiss descent, he was adopted by a Californian family. Jobs was 21 years old when he dropped college because it was boring and convinced Steve Wozniak to co-found Apple in his garage. Ihsania Arslan, a 46-year-old housewife with 4 children, living in a village in Sorgun district of Yozgat province, has started to attend to 3 hives of bees purchased by her husband in her spare time. She drummed up the business from 3 hives to 150 hives over time, producing approximately 1.5 tons of honey every year, had patented the honey and stated that they have grown the business entirely through their own means, currently selling honey throughout the country. Her next goal is to incorporate an enterprise by making use of COSGAP sports. An entrepreneur from Adana who was unable to find a job due to economic crisis has started up a grave care business and acquired 800 clients until now. Stating that they provide all kinds of grave care services as per their clients' requests, the entrepreneur said that he currently employs 15 people and his major clients are expatriate Turks. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs were naturally not required at eras when everyone struggled to meet his or her own needs by himself/herself. Entrepreneurs have emerged as a result of diversification of needs and specialization of labor. Caravan trade in old age may be considered as the initial form of entrepreneurship, which has transferred to commercial and industrial enterprises in time, requiring an individual and technological infrastructure in today's online world. The importance of entrepreneurship in today's world stems from its power to make profits and to affect economic imbalances in the market. This helps entrepreneurial societies to improve the economy of their countries to higher level than other countries. What does entrepreneurship start with? It starts with dreaming, of course. I want to make a mention a study conducted in Turkey about dreams. According to the Turkish Dream Maps research study conducted by Intel, 49% of the people start dreaming in their childhood and they dream less when they get older. The most popular materialistic dream is to run one's own business at a rate of 9%. Participants believe that the key to earning money is to start your own business. Similarly, 1 in every 2 persons believe that one needs to be free of economic problems in order to be able to dream. The research study suggests that women like dreaming more than men. Among those who said they like dreaming, 58% is women and 42% is men. Contrary to popular belief, the rate of dreaming is 42% in metropolitan cities and 52% in small cities. The rate of dreaming is 78% among university graduates, whereas this rate drops to 56% among primary school graduates. Dreams regarding entrepreneurship. 78% of those who have participated in the research study have never dreamed or thought about being an entrepreneur. 1 in every 3 persons who think about being an entrepreneur never share their ideas with others. Among those having a business idea, 21% share those ideas with their friends, 19% with their fathers, 14% with their spouse, life partner, and 7% with their mother. 26% of the participants believe that the rate of entrepreneurship rises as the education level increases, and 34% believe that it's important to get support from various institutions or organizations to become an entrepreneur. 78% of university students lean towards the idea of becoming an entrepreneur and mostly wish to become entrepreneur in technology-supported sectors. This rate increases up to 84% in male students. The main motivation drive of the youth is to be innovative and to start their own business. 39% of the participants who don't wish to become entrepreneur have stated that they don't have entrepreneurial spirit, and 33% have stated that they are not risk takers. 60% of university students answer yes to the question, will Turkey ever have a billion-dollar company? Parental pressure, prevention of individualism, and continuous interference obstruct individual independence of the majority living in a traditional families. Single people like to dream more than married people, and people without children like to dream more than people with children. 76% of single people state that they dream continuously or frequently, but this rate drops to 65% in married people. Creating value. The things we use or own, the people around us, and the time we spend all have value for us. It is possible to create new value in 2 different ways in the simplest term. The first way is to design a new product or service that meets the needs of people. This requires invention. For example, compasses that are used for navigation or orienteering, ovens that are used for cooking, and telephones that are used for communication are all inventions. The second way is to foresee future needs that people are not currently aware of and to offer goods or services that might be used in the future. Types of entrepreneurs creating value may be listed as follows: general entrepreneur, internal entrepreneur, trading entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, innovating entrepreneur, internet entrepreneur. Psychological properties of entrepreneurs: self-confidence, self-commitment, tenacity, flexibility, communication, positive thinking, convincing. Entrepreneurial mistakes leading to failure: choosing the wrong partner, over-optimism, failure to record, overconfidence, being satisfied with the status quo, imitation, dilatoriness, delaying, giving up, deciding a business idea. The first step of developing a business model is to find a business idea. There are various ways to find a business idea: the entrepreneur's own idea, borrowing and adopting someone else's idea, buying someone else's idea. Ways to develop a business idea: bringing solutions to daily problems. Meeting needs, brainstorming, reverse brainstorming, mind mapping, rationality exercise, SWOT analysis. You should make a detailed SWOT analysis to identify your strengths and weaknesses after deciding on the business idea before starting operation. Business idea: manufacturing and marketing traditional fruit and natural beverages. Strengths: they substitute sodas. Different fruits have different flavors. Many cultures have common beverages such as lemonade. High popularity resulting from recent natural diet trend. Weaknesses: problems in finding fresh fruit of season. Fruit beverages don't satisfy every taste. Short shelf life because they must be consumed fresh. Opportunities: habit to drink beverages when eating. High awareness in the society on healthy nutrition. Prohibition of selling sodas in school canteens. No competition in the market. Threats: resistance by the people to change their drinking habits. Reaction by local palate to new products. Market research: the main purpose of conducting market research is to mitigate the risks that might affect the life and profitability of your business model in the market. Starting a venture before conducting a market research is similar to driving a car without knowing which direction you are going or without looking at maps or signs for navigation purposes. Therefore, it's important to ask the right question to the right people when conducting a market research. You might consider finding answers to that questions. Who will be my customer? Which customer groups drive profits? What needs of the customers can I meet? Are the customers ready to pay me for meeting their needs? Which advertisements appeal to customers? What is the impact of your design on the customer's decision to buy? Will the customers promote or recommend your product to their community? Production and management planning. An entrepreneur intending to implement his/her business idea shall prepare a detailed business plan in order to apply to incentive support programs. The business plan is a roadmap describing the history, future, and vision of the business as well as the plan to be implemented to achieve its objectives, comprising following sections. Executive summary of the business plan. Goals of the entrepreneur. Characteristic of the business and startup plan. Business market and demand survey. Marketing plan. Production plan. Management plan. Financial plan. After developing the business plan and conducting market research, now it is time to incorporate the business. You will first need to pursue or rent a place of business and then provide the necessary equipment and meet other requirements. You will need to make a survey to choose the location of your business. Then prepare a business plan after completing the due diligence phase. Feasibility study, economic research, technical research, financial research, Legal requirements. Franchising. Entrepreneurs might choose to acquire an existing business instead of starting up their own business from scratch. Use of this method has grown more rapidly in the United States of America and the United Kingdom in the recent years. Franchising is an agreement where the proprietary owner of a product or a service grants the right to use such products or services to another business. Advantages and benefits of acquiring an existing business. Low risks. Well-established personnel and supplier structure. Current stocks and business reputation. Financial facilities. Available machinery and production capacity. Risk inherent in acquiring an existing business. Low performance. Loss of employees. Overvalued business. Business plan and financial management. Every success has a plan. Every failure has an excuse. It's very important to draw the framework of your business plan. The business plan must include the following sections: strengths and weaknesses of the business to be incorporated, promotion and marketing plan, marketing channels to reach customers, location of the business. Financial planning is to design all input-output of resources during the operation of the business in advance. One of the most important factors for the success of the business is good cash flow planning and management. Business with poor cash flow management might face the risk of dissolution due to high interest rates, particularly in time of crisis. Not every entrepreneur is expected to have the skills to manage financial affairs. In such cases, it is inevitable to hire a professional to manage financial affairs. Networking. Networking is to design your professional life and social life with relationships in line with your goals. Social networks are a must for networking and career profiling in today's world. Social networks are important to capture and build on the first impression regardless of time or location. In addition to personal social networks like Facebook, Instagram, there are professional networks like LinkedIn that are used as contemporary tools to form business partnership and for cooperation purposes. Rules for effective networking in social networks are listed here below. Creating an effective profile. Providing a brief description of your career. Using keywords when summarizing your experience. Summarizing your competences in 3 or 4 keywords. Time management. We all know that time is of the essence to be successful in business. It's imperative to use our time efficiently, to plan our time and to act in line with that plan. Otherwise, we will not be able to manage the workflow or to create time for new business prospects. You need to analyze your strengths and weaknesses regarding time management with a view to identifying the situation where your weaknesses create obstacles for you. You need to identify the uncertainties and obstacles stealing your time. Prepare a list of daily tasks based on priorities. You can use the following hints when preparing your list. Start with the more difficult task, working your way through to the easier. Perform the task on the planned date and time. Avoid procrastination. Do not start a new task before finishing the current one. Focus on what you do. Spare time for creativity. Avoid routine work. Avoid unnecessary details. Apply time limits on meetings. Make a work schedule to avoid interruption during work. Raise your staff to assist you with your work. Teamwork. Rapidly changing organizational and technological circumstances in today's world have made it possible for employees to perform tasks alone. Employees are not happy with working under instructions only, without being able to use and demonstrate their creativity. Organizations are required to use their human resources in the most efficient ways possible in order to achieve their goals under fierce competition. Teams are groups where employees with different skills, training and perspective unite their innovative skills, labor and knowledge to achieve their goals effectively. Teams are formed with objectives such as implementing projects in organizations, solving problems, decision-making, improving the work to achieve higher quality and productivity and making efficient use of the potential of employees. Teams provide the following benefits to organizations: increasing the moral and motivation of employees, encouraging the employees to continuous improvement, reducing mistakes and increasing quality, improving communication, fostering the sense of belonging and self-confidence of employees. Promotion and marketing plan. It is imperative that your business has a promotion and marketing plan in place. You should emphasize promotion and advertising if your product is new and unknown to the market. You should decide which of the following promotional and advertising methods to use for your business: web page, online advertisements, pamphlets, flyers, catalogs, newspaper, magazine, radio, TV commercials, banners, customer visits, promotional giveaways, advertisements on bus stops, floors, streets and vehicles, exhibitions, billboards. You should consider the targeted customer group when choosing the location of your business. Example: you should choose a place near hospitals if you are going to sell medical supplies, near city centers for patisseries or cafes, or in an industrial zone if you are going to manufacture devices or components thereof. You should determine the channel to be used for distribution of your products in advance and make agreements with cold storage houses, courier firms, or carriers. In conclusion, if you have a good business idea and you believe that it will work in the marketplace, if you like to take responsibility and to act as a leader, if you want to decide on your working hours by yourself without being dependent on others, if you see good opportunities in the marketplace, for example, opportunistic entrepreneurship, if you are experienced in computer coding and software which require extensive use of computer technologies, if you prefer to engage in a business venture with a potential to make you very rich someday rather than working on a payroll, if you have entrepreneurs in your family and if you have a large circle of family and friends, this is a must for tradesmen. If you have a hands-on experience in your field since earlier ages, if you have adequate capital or if you think you can raise capital, you can be an entrepreneur.